Welcome back to the Wealth Boomerang Show. We're chatting to Jean Sheehan, the human MRI. Jean has the ability to look inside of people's bodies without using an X-ray and also has a background in nursing. To satisfy the skeptics out there watching the show, we've pulled someone out of the studio audience so that the big skeptic can be convinced. Thank you, David, for sitting in the hot seat. And Jean?
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
The first place that I'm directed to is David's liver. And the liver is about organising and planning. And as I look into David, I'm not actually looking at him to get the information. Sometimes I write notes, but I'm just going to go straight in. And I've been directed to his cerebellum, which is the base brain. In that part of the brain, there's the right and the wrong way to be. And there's quite a duality in that part of the brain of wanting to simplify things, wanting everything to be easy, and to make sure everything is right for everybody. Can you relate to that, David?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And what that is doing is it's affecting the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is where we hold the emotions. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going further deeper into the neural pathways, which I call the Telstra line. Okay, so the communication is that in trying to make everything simple, I don't understand things, I've got high expectations, and there's an avoidance of seeing things for the simple that they are. Would that be right, David?
Yes.
Yeah. That then can come across with hearing and sight problems, which you do have, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go quiet for a second and ask what David's body wants as a priority. And the key here is that there's such high expectations of himself to perform that it's affecting the sight more than anything else. Does that make sense, David?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Jean, would you recommend anything? I mean, obviously not medication or anything like that, but you're thinking a change of diet or some change of
Sure.
thinking?
In this case, it's change of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
When we have high expectations, there are energy points on the eyes that are being affected. And the way the eyes are, they have beautiful concave and convex shape, and it's distorted. Inside his eyes, it's distorted the shape where things can't be mirrored back. So when we look at things, the mirror turns it upside down for us to see. And at this stage, it looks like fog. I just can't see the clarity of what I want. And it is the mind frame of doing for other people rather than himself. Would that be right?
Yes.
Yep. And so that's one of the ways that David's eyes will be able to come back to a more whole, complete place. Not so much on surgery. And this is not applicable for everyone. This is more for David. There is specific food and vitamins that would also help, but doing this just on a brief thing, but specific vitamins and diet would also help, especially celery. Okay. This is what his body requires.
You normally do a 1 hour consultation with the clients,
Yes.
and we've put you on the spot here for like 2 minutes and
Yes.
grab this guy. So, David, is that what Jean's saying lining up for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And can I throw myself under the bus as well?
Absolutely. What,
Okay.
for me to look inside your body?
Absolutely.
Wow, okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
Do you need me to move the book or anything?
No, that's fine. Okay. All right. So I've actually gone to your right hip. Hip is about identity, and we're slightly in the pelvis as well, and that's foundations. Change of lifestyle, change of, especially in the next 12 months, your body's preparing itself to have a new direction of life. This may come across as either headaches in the left temple or just feeling like your whole back is out, especially the shoulder area. Any opening of your legs, like sitting in cross-legged, or just be very aware, not careful, but aware when you open up, as it's really trying to change. Your identity of who you are is trying to change. That's come up more so. Your calcium levels are really quite low. So now I'm in your adrenal glands. And I'm just asking the body, the adrenal glands are fight, flight. Is it that you're overdoing things? And they're also about motivation, but it's your motivation of what you're doing. Make sure you put your motivation back to yourself as well. I'm just asking, do you need extra calcium at this stage? And your body would require it. But that's when I would also refer you on to a GP as well, get some blood tests as well, just to back that up. Okay. But that will just help in the right hip pelvis area. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, I mean, I like to do a lot of stuff for other people. I sometimes forget to do things for myself. Yeah. I have the discipline of meditation twice a day. I lock that in no matter what, but I often go without meals, and I go late nights and things like that.
Because that's affecting the adrenal gland, which is your motivation.
Sure. So to get the calcium, what would I as a vegetarian?
Sure.
Where do I get calcium from?
Okay, legumes are great. In your case, legumes are great, especially things like lentils. And you do need to increase the fat in content to absorb the calcium. Also some vitamin C, which can be capsicums, oranges, any of the citrus food. Just going into the groin area is when you do for other people from your heart, it gives you great joy, but it's like someone's pulling you back on your hip, as though you can't step into what you want to do for you. Does that make sense? So that's actually affecting all those actions that you're doing, is affecting your calcium level. Cool. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to get some legumes. I'll discover what legumes are after the
legumes, chickpeas, beans, but especially lentils. Okay. That's how your body wants the calcium.
Because I'm probably one of the few vegetarians that doesn't know what lentils and mung beans and all that sort of weird stuff. You know, just pull it off a tree and eat it. That's about it. That's
excellent.
So thank you, Jean, for having a look at my internal goodie bits. I'm glad I didn't have to have a blood test or go through any pain or radiation when they stand behind the lead shield. And thank you for jumping in, David. That was wonderful. We're going to shoot to a break now, and when we come back, we're going to have a bit more of a chat about how Jean discovered her gift and how she overcame depression, attempted suicide, being stalked, being raped, being homeless, and bounced back from all of those things. So we'll be right back in a moment. Thank you.